Hi everyone, and welcome back in part 3 of this section, the modulus operator. The modulus operator, also called remainder operator, and its symbol is that percent symbol, and it is called remainder since it gives the remainder of the division operation in case of dividing only into integer values rather than fractions. Means that if we have 6 pieces of cookies, as in the previous example, and we want to divide those 6 cookies on 4 children, but rather than giving each child 1.5 piece of cookies, we don't want to break any cookie and only give the children 4 pieces of cookies and keep what remains rather than breaking into pieces. So now for those 6 pieces of cookies, each child will get only 1 cookie, and the remaining now is 2 cookies, so we cannot give another 4 cookies. That means the remainder of dividing 6 by 4, also written like that, 6% 4, will be 2, where that percent symbol is called the remainder or modulus operator, and the result of that operation will be 2, since what remains from dividing 6 cookies by 4 children is 2 cookies. And if we have 9 cookies and the same 4 children, so now first we will take 4 pieces of cookies, 1 for each child, and the remaining now is 5. So we can still give another 4 pieces of cookies. Okay, but now the remaining value is 1, so we cannot give any more cookies. That means the original number is decreased each time by the value of the divisor, or the number we divide on, till the remaining value be less than the divisor, or the number we divide on, so it cannot be decreased by the divisor value anymore. So the value 9 is first decreased by 4 to be 5. Then we check, is the 5 still able to give another 4? If yes, so the remaining 5 will be decreased again by 4. So it will be now 1, where now the value 1 is less than the divisor 4. So it cannot give any more 4s, so that the operation 9% 4 will result into 1, which is the remainder of dividing 9 by 4 without considering fractions. And that remaining value is called the remainder, and it always less than the divisor. That's because if it equals to or more than the divisor, that means that value is still able to be decreased by the divisor value. Okay, now let's play with that operator in our IDE. Okay, let's say we have an integer variable, and its name is number of toys, and say its value is equals to 6, and another integer variable, and say its name number of children, and it equals to 4, and say we want to divide those 6 toys on those 4 children equally, so that each child will get the same number of toys as the others. So let's say we have a variable of name toys per child, and it equals to the division of number of toys by the number of children. So let's copy that variable of number of toys and paste here, and divide by the variable which is number of children. Let's select, copy, and paste, and the semicolon. But take care, at this case we don't want to get any fraction results from that division, as it does not make sense to give each child 1.5 toys, but he will get either 1 or 2, but no fractions. So if you remember from the previous video, in order to make the division operation results in an integer value rather than floating point or double value, you have to make the both variables in the division operation to be integers, so that the program will only gives us the integer value of the division operation and ignores the fraction or decimal part. So now we will keep in this division operation the both variables as integers without any conversion. And of course, since that operation results in an integer value, so also the variable that holds that operation will be an integer as well. So let's make that integer. Okay, so now let's print that variable to see the share of each child from those 6 toys. So let's say system.out.print ln parentheses, and let's copy that variable and paste here, and don't forget the semicolon, and run the program. Okay, we get the result 1. That means each child of the 4 children will get only 1 toy. But that means we only distribute 4 toys, 1 for each children. Means that there will be remaining toys, which are not distributed. And to get the remaining number of toys, we have to subtract the distributed number of toys from the total number of toys. Okay, but if we want to get the remaining number directly in one step rather than dividing then subtracting, we can use the remainder, or also called modulus operator, so that we can get the remainder number of toys in one step rather than dividing then subtracting. So let's say we have another variable, say its name is remainder, that will hold the remaining number of toys, and the remainder operation is a bit similar to the division operation, but rather than using the division operator, we use the remainder operator, which has this symbol, which is also called percentage symbol. So let's copy that operation and paste here, and since it is remainder operation, so let's delete that operator and replace with the remainder or modulus operator. Okay, now the program will get us the remaining number rather than dividing then subtracting. But what about the data type of that variable? But since any remainder will be an integer value, so the result of that remainder operation will be an integer value as well, either 1, 2 or 3 or 4. No remainder is a fraction, so hence also that variable will be of data type integer as well, since it holds the result of that remainder operation. So let's make that integer, and now let's print that variable. So let's say system.out.print ln parentheses, and let's copy that and paste here, and also the semicolon, and let's run the program. Okay, we get the two values 1 and 2, where the first value is the value of that variable, which is toy per child, and it is the result of dividing the 6 toys on the 4 children, so that each child will get only 1 toy. But since there is a remaining number of toys, so the remainder will be the total number of toys minus the distributed number of toys, which will be 6 minus 4, and it prints 2. Okay, but now if the number of toys is 8 rather than 6, so when we divide or distribute the number of toys, which is 8, by the number of children, which is 4, so 8 divided 4 will be 2 without any fractions, means that there is no remaining toys now, so that the remainder value must be now 0. So let's run the program and see. Okay, as we expect, the division of number of toys 8 by the number of children 4, each child will get 2 toys. But since 8 divided 4 will be 2 without any fractions, so the remainder now is 0, since no toys are remained. Okay, I know that video may be a bit long for that single operator, but understanding how that modulus, or also called remainder operator, works will help you later, since that symbol has many important uses.